Have I ever felt like an outsider from a community? Yes. At times I felt like I didn't fit in.
He told me to go back to my country.
You constantly have to prove yourself.
Mostly just a floater, but that's fine with me. It made me who I am.
What is my community? My community is the Hispanic, Latinx, Mexican more specifically. Myself, I'm from Mexico, and I moved here when I was 11.
The art community, or I guess my major, because it's a lot of work, and it is kind of like a cult, and everybody in it, you see them 24/7 because you always have to be in the lab, and everybody there is kind of there for each other, and there is competition, but at the same time it's not damaging. Everybody's just kind of there to lift each other up, even if we don't get along sometimes.
I think I belong in a lot of different communities. I think the community that I identify the most strongly with tends to be my Indian American heritage. So coming from India, being an Indian American citizen, like that tends to be my strongest sense of community because it influences all aspects of my life, whether it's food, language, how I behave, my family, it affects everything.
I feel like being a Black American, it shows that I have resilience, that I'm strong, because you kind of have that sense of history, like everything that you've overcome. It's kind of like a constant fight against oppression and a constant like declaration that you're worthy, that you're strong. You constantly have to prove yourself. So for me, I feel like my community represents resilience.
Have I ever felt connected to a community that's not part of my own? Actually, yes. When I was in high school, two of my best friends, became my best friends. They moved from Jamaica to New Hampshire, and I ended up hanging out with them, and I ended up finding out that we had a lot of similar things in common. The way that they were raised in Jamaica, how they lived, and everything like that seemed very, very similar to my Mexican community as well. So I felt connected to them in that way. I guess you could say mostly because we had very many similarities.
What or who is my biggest inspiration that keeps me close to my community? I don't have any specific like idol that I look up to or anything like that. It's more just the people that I see every day in the lab because they're the hardest working people I know. I've never seen anybody that's that hardworking. They balance social life, everything, and they're not only that, they're nice and they're kind-hearted. I just, people don't know how much work goes into what they do, and it's like, to understand that, it's like you almost have to be in it.
Fun fact about me, I've definitely felt like an outsider just because I moved back and forth from India a lot. So I was actually born in India, and then I came to the United States when I was 3. So when I came, I was immediately identified as this, little Indian baby, and I am. So I was seen as a bit of an outsider in like school and like at home, at church. And then I went back to India in 1st grade, and I was labeled the white girl. And it was really funny because I was fluent in my language and people would like talk about how it was made in America in front of me, and I completely understood what they were saying even though I had my little American accent at that point. So like moving back and forth was really interesting. I didn't fully understand my identity at that point, and like just shifting, I was always told what my identity was, and I was like, I don't know if that's completely right, but sure.
A lot of times with immigrants, they have a place to go back to. They have cultural roots and a place, as opposed to when you're a Black American, you don't really have a place. The only place that you have is a country that has treated you poorly.
My definition of community. My definition of community can be explained as in a group of people that share common interests, goals, ideals, morals, that support each other. It's a group of people that you can rely on for any sort of situation, for comfort, happiness, whatever, you name it.
There are other differences too, so whether that's religious or your own like ethics, they tend to kind of vary between community and community.
But at the end of the day, I wouldn't change anything because the amount of resilience I see in the people that surround me is amazing.
Regardless of what people think, I know that I'm beautiful and I'm worthy and that I love being a part of my community.
My name is Eric Rivas Contreras.
My name is Kelly Idbo.
My name is Phoebe Curran.
My name is Hanifa Jones.
This is the community in us.